Hello, friends. It is your friend Checkmate, and I'm back with another trade on XRP. And I just want to say that December was a very slow month in the market. A lot of side downwards movement, and because of my impatience and lack of adaptability in the market, I took a hit on my funded account of about $3,500. Of that, which in this trade that I want to talk about today, I recouped all of the losses plus a little bit extra, a couple $100 extra. And here's the losses that I took. Alright, starting here. As you can see, some of them were small losses. I tried to cut them small amounts. Some of them were a little bigger. And then, some of them were a little larger. But at the end of the day, I took a few days off, and I tried again. And we're gonna talk about that trade today. We're gonna analyze it, and I just want to say that in trading, there's gonna be days or weeks or even a month where they're just not gonna be good trade setups for you, and you're just gonna have to wait, because if you don't wait, you're gonna find yourself doing the same mistakes that I made of entering trades too early and staying there. Some of those red trades that you see there, I was actually in profit for a little bit of time, and then I didn't take the money and I stayed, and it just reversed on me. But at the end of the day, it was just lack of patience. But thankfully I made all that back and a little bit more. Those red trades, I think some of them were in XRP, probably somewhere here, I think, where it went up and then it came back down. But anyways, so I just wanted to talk about that briefly, so that you know that, yeah, sure, all of the videos that I've posted are all profitable trades, but I do have some losses, and we'll make mistakes, but it's about getting back up and trying again. And that's what I did. Okay, let's get started with the trade. So we're gonna rewind back in time on December 30th, and this is what I saw on XRP. It was a possible symmetrical triangle formation, where he had already tested 1-2 times on the resistance, and he had tested a support 1-2-3 times. We had about 30 days of data backing up this support. 30 days of data, which just indicates a strong support. And that was the reason why I took the trade, actually, because of this support. And market cipher just work as a confluence in the smaller time frames. I do want to clarify that this trade was a multiple shots type of trade. I didn't went all in one shot. I took 3 shots, 1, 2, and 3. Each shot was about $5,000 of margin at a 2x leverage on breakout prop. That's the amount of leverage that automatically they give you when you trade altcoins. So it was 15k total at a 2x leverage in multiple shots. And so yeah, the first thing that I saw was that price was coming back to this level, to this support level, part of my trend line, but it's close enough. I mean, you can adjust it, I guess. a little higher, like that, if you want. But anyways, so price was approaching my trend line, which indicated a potential opportunity for rebounds. And I went back on Market Cipher, and the first thing that I saw was that these RSIs were really low and green and tight, and they have been down here for about 1 day. And typically when the RSIs first comes to the downside, they stay here for a little while. Likewise on the upside, when they first get hot and red, they still here for a little while. So that's the first thing that I saw. RSIs were down and low. They were starting to curve up. My first entry was about somewhere here. So the RSI was very low. Money flow was curving to the upside. We had a bunch of Bitboy green dots with an anchor wave to a trigger. We also have a bullish divergence forming in the 20-minute. As momentum waves went up, price was coming down. So that indicates a bullish divergence. Alright. First entry was about here. And then I looked to my left for further confluence. We saw the same thing, a lot of Bitboy green dots marking bottoms or local bottoms. We had money flow coming to the upside. We have the RSIs down and low. The money flow wasn't curved, but it was generally in the direction to the upside. We had bullish divergences. As you can see, there was a money flow faced a resistance on this, which brought it even lower. But that's fine, because we were looking. This was the reason why we entered this trade structurally, and our stop loss was somewhere down here, 184. So somewhere over here was my stop loss. Yes, it was a little too wide of a stop loss, but I was willing to take the risk, because of the overall market structure. There was a good possibility for a bounce. And then we go to the 10-minute. We can kind of see that it's kind of double bottoming, one tap. So I was kind of hoping for something like this, right? And you're gonna see what happened after. Now we go to the 10-minute. We can see market cipher with the Bitboy green dots. There's cluster here. There's a little cluster here. We can see that bullish divergence continues to form in the lower time frames. As price comes down, the momentum waves are coming up. We can see a bullish divergence in the red money flow. The RSIs are down and low. So I took the first stab somewhere here, the first shot. My first 5K margin on XRP. The reason why I went with the small margin at first was because it was to minimize the risk. Like I said, I think psychologically I was still in the mode of I lost 3.5k in a bunch of trades, and so I just want to minimize the risk. And let's go ahead and go through time and see what happened, so you can see my other two entries. Alright, okay. So my next entry was about here. I believe somewhere here. That was the second entry of about 5k, which will make it a total of 10k trade on XRP. So the reason why I took that trade was because of I think let me see, market cipher. Well, the price had held for this floor, it had held, and It must have been on the 30 here. The RSIs initially were a little bit split here, which indicated we can move. They were not that split, but still, and then they came back down and they were starting to get close off together. So I thought there was a good chance that we were just gonna do something like that, but it ended up coming a little lower, which is fine. I saw on the 20-minute, on the 30-minute, on the 20-minute, what I saw was here. If you zoom in, you can kind of see some sort of inward curvature. So what I thought would happen, I didn't think it was gonna be that big. I thought it was gonna happen something like that. And I jumped in a little early on that second shot. But the RSIs were tight, coming back down. I thought they were gonna curve up, back up. Money flow was already coming back up, so I thought this money flow, I thought it was just gonna rip that way. Yeah. And so the next shot, the third and last shot that I took on XRP was when it came down here. And I saw a rounded bottom on top of this level, which signified the building of a support level. And of course, it never really crossed this line again. So it just gave me further confidence in the trade. And by that time, market cipher was already starting to develop more. In the 1 hour, we could see bullish divergence forming on the 1 hour. We had a little cluster of Bitcoin green dots. We have the big anchor wave on the momentum. We had a bullish divergence. The RSIs were starting to curve upwards. VWAP was coming up. The money flow, it wasn't totally curved like we like it. Typically, you want to see money flow like this and enter somewhere in the third part of the wave, and we didn't have that in the 1 hour, but we did have better looking market cipher B on the lower time frames. Let me see if there was something else in the higher time frames that it's been a couple days. So we also had bullish divergence in the 2 hour. We could see the money flow start to curve. RSIs were coming up. They had been low for a little while too. The daily. By this time, we kind of see that the daily was trying to clip. Then again, it typically want to wait for confirmation, but I was feeling confident because of this trend line here. So we had thick green money flow. We were starting to print a trigger wave on the daily, which just backed up our trade even more on the larger time frames. Yeah, so that's kind of what I saw on the medium time frames, on the 3 hour, on the 4th hour, and maybe to the 12th. There wasn't really nothing much that I could kind of see to justify the trade, but the daily was kind of backing it with the thick money flow, and the lower times were forming more. In the 30 minutes, we can see money flow was definitely starting to show some curvature here. The RSIs were curving to the upside. VWAP was coming to the upside. We had an anchor to a trigger on the VWAP. We had a curvature, tight RSIs coming up together. We had continuance of the bullish divergence here. And same thing on the 20 minute. We had a bullish divergence on the money flow. The RSIs were flipping up. The VWAP was coming up. Bullish divergence, cluster of Bitcoin green dots. By this time, we had seen the momentum wave cross 60 line, which is the bullish indication. So we had gone all the way up here. So there was no bearish divergences as of yet. The RSIs were coming up together. They were a little split, but the higher time frames backed up the trade. So there wasn't much concern to me. We had bullish divergences here. We had anchor, trigger, and so all of that gave me more confidence for the next trade, for the current trade. And let's go ahead and see how everything played out. Then again, I am a funded trader. I've been funded since August, and I'm just documenting the journey as I learn to trade a little better. So yeah, I'm not giving signals or anything. This is just for documentation of the journey as I get better. Well, let's just there we go. All right, so as you can see, the trade ended up playing out beautifully. The reason why I closed this trade was not only because I had recouped all my money, but made a little bit extra, but also because we had a golden pocket from here. We had touched the 618 and the 65 Fibonacci retracement levels, and typically you see a little bit of struggle there. When you hit those levels, you'll see some rejections, and so I thought maybe I could, comes back down, I can catch it lower. You can also start seeing some bearish divergences to form. As we approach this fib level, you're seeing bearish divergences forming. So to me, that was like, okay, we're probably gonna have to calm down and chill a little bit and come back down, probably to these levels or these levels, before continuing to go back up. Additionally, if you zoom out, you can see that this strong resistance line is we're getting near it. It has 30 days worth of data backing it, and there's a possibility that we're just gonna see something like this. Or something like this, or we could just simply, something like that. But I mean, logically, we can see that this is going to be a strong resistance, and the fib, the bearish divergences, to me that was a good indication of to get out. Although looking at this market structure, it seems like we could potentially just break through this, but we'll see. I'm satisfied with the trade. It was about a 21-22% move at a 2x leverage, which gives us about a 44% ROI on my margin. Not bad. Not bad. I was also trading Ethereum. I had gotten in here. Unfortunately, I closed the trade. I had my XRP trade open, and I didn't want to have to manage two trades. In hindsight, I should have left it open. And prior to that, I was long on XLM at this level, but I had a really tight stop loss because the support line was too far. So I had very tight stop loss, which it took me out, and then it just ripped. But yeah, and then XRP is now flying. But anyways, just wanted to share that trade, and hopefully you can see my use of Market Cipher, and you can learn a little bit from this. And if I can do it, you can too. It is January 2025, and it seems like we're gonna get a nice uprising in crypto prices, and let's get this bread. With that being said, thank you for watching. Until next time.